Hello.
Ooh, who's that? Oh, we're live. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. And we have, hey, just say something, but don't blah, blah, blah.
Hello.
How they say hi, wave to everybody.
Hi.
Hi. So, again, why we do 5 a.m. Mester Scrum and not 7:20 on a Sunday Mester Scrum. It's called I Got a Second Head right here. Anyway, welcome. Good morning, everybody. 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. We're doing this Sunday morning. We're a little bit later than normal. We were up late last night doing stuff, but we're here early today. And now we have an Eddie, star of the show, coming by to say hello. And he is messing with the door. Anyway, so we're going to talk about Scrum and Agile stuff today in the business world. And Eddie, who just left, says goodbye. He'll probably show up every once in a while. Anyway, hope everybody's having a great day. It's a great weekend. I hope you're having some fun because it's really important. And I think we're getting Bubbles, the cat visit. There's Bubbles. Hi, Bubbles. Say hi, Bubbles. Say hi. I've been catnapped by a boy. Anyway. So we talk about a couple topics. We'll do two today. No whiteboard, just talking, because we cleaned the kitchen up and put things away, right? As we cleaned everything up. And so Eddie decided he wanted to be in the show today. Cause
I woke up early.
Yeah, you woke up early?
20 minutes.
20
I
minutes.
stayed in my bed.
Okay. All right. So this is the other reason why you don't really lie with a little 6-year-old named Eddie. Anyway, talk about two things. Talk about changing 24/7. No, you don't want to do that, Ed. There you go. That's good.
The second sauce.
And the second one, we're going to talk about spikes. My spikes are my favorite thing.
Second one's better.
Second one's better? Okay, so let's quickly talk about 24/7. Are you done?
No.
No. Okay. You want to come back later when it end?
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Ed.
Play Roblox.
He's going to go play Roblox while we're talking. Anyway. Hi. And we're out. We're going. It's 2:43 and got Eddie entertainment in between. So, good thing to get up at 5 a.m. because there's no one awake and no one here. So we said we're going to talk about change 24/7. A lot of people think when they start Agile or Scrum activities, people are saying, well, we can change all the time now, right? Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I did a blog a long time ago about that. And it's really change at a cadence. And this is why we do, it leads to the other conversation about having a cadence and getting everybody to attend meetings or get involved. When the business people, managers, stakeholders realize your cadence and you do everything by cadence, they respect the cadence, right? So when we do change at every sprint planning session or just before that. And we can change during the sprint too. There's nothing that says you can't, but we make it very minimal changes. Because to be honest, if you're doing a 1-week sprint or 2-week sprint, and the change that they have wanted to do couldn't wait for a week, really, is it going to make us $1 billion? You know, a big B. If not, then what's the big deal? I mean, it's different from production changes. Like if something breaks and you have to do a fix, that's a total different. We're talking development here. We're talking developing, testing, deploying new code to do new stuff or anything new that takes a lot of effort. There's always things where you have to fix, like if you're building a house and it rains. So having that cadence lets everybody know that you do work over cadence. This is how you operate. We do everything this way. And that has them a better appreciation for the sprint planning and when they can make change. It's just one of those things. You got to come from all different angles, right, to make it a success. You can't just come from one way to make things a success. And I'm just going to type good morning here. And that's important. When, as we said, it's change, but it's not change for change's sake, right? It's change for business value. People shouldn't be coming on. A lot of times when people come in and say, hey, I want to make this change. Okay. Well, did you do your focus group? Did you do your business analysis? Are we going to make any revenue off this change? What's the return on it? Oh, I haven't done that yet. Well, can you do that over the next week? And you get all that stuff together. We'll put it in the first thing in the next sprint and we'll get it done because that's what you want to do. It also gives people some time to develop the requirements, and if it's really complicated, if you do it every week, let's say they bring it to you on a Tuesday, and you already started your sprint, and you're already working on your code, as long as it's not radically different and everything, it gives you a couple of days to help develop the requirements and share that information. So that's a little piece about changing on time, and we'll do more as we go, and we'll talk about the subject a couple times. My collar's all messed up. I don't know if that's Eddie or the shirt or what. Anyway, so that's change 24/7. Agile does not mean change 24/7. Agile means we are working on it, well, at least in Scrum, because not everybody uses the cadence, right? But in Scrum, we have a cadence. Boom, 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 boom. And change happens at regular intervals, or change proposals happen at regular intervals that we then develop and implement. So it's not 24/7. It's regular and intervals in a cadence, right? Spikes is my other one. I love spikes. I love spikes because I love the concept where somebody takes a little story, 1 to 2, 3-point story, and they go and find something out, and they use that time to learn and produce something. Now, I will say what people don't do spikes right is they go, I'm just going to code something, but then I'm not going to tell anybody what I code. No, it's not a spike. A spike is just like a story. You run through it, you develop it, then you share, you demo your results. So, for example, if you were going to learn how to use a new database or a new piece of software or try a new coding technique, right? And you wanted to spend a half a day or a day doing it, it's fine. But when you're done, the expectation on a spike, just like a story, is that you will present that information to the rest of the team. So Spike has a couple things. So if you're doing some non-functional work or some development tech work, you should be presenting those spikes to your team later. And spikes are supposed to be small, and they're perfectly small. No one should tell you they're doing a spike and it takes a week to get done. That's not a spike. That's something else, right? All a spike is, I'm going to try something. I'm going to get some feedback on it, see if it's really worth doing, right? All you're trying to find out, is it worth doing from a new tech? There's another type of spike where it's maybe a risk reduction spike. And there's more kinds of spike. I'm just talking about these two. So one is a non-functional. You want it to have value. You want it to be short duration. You want to present it to the team, and you just want to go see how it might work or benefit the team and the business in the long run. So those are the kind of things with that kind of spike. A capability spike is where you might want to find out, I have never connected to this system over here before. So you do a small spike, a little bit of data. You contact people. It should take a day or two, no longer than that. And you send some data and you collect some data. You want to find out how the firewall is going and their security requirements, any risks that are unknown. You collect that information, and maybe the next, either in the sprint or the next sprint, you plan for all your tasking stories, kind of things, what you need to do to actually be successful in the next sprint for that business capability. But if you know the layout of what the business wants to do over time, you can put these little spikes in there, as I call them, risk reduction spikes, where you're just checking the system, verifying that what everybody wants to do is possible, and you can share the data, disidentify any calls or what data comes out, because you have no idea, right? You may make a call to an API to pull data, but you don't know what all kinds of data will come out of the API. Don't assume that you know. So I teach my teams to run a spike. Just take a little piece of data, go through the system, and pull it back and learn a lot. I've had many times where I had database people who would go collect data when they would say and they were like, oh, this will be easy. I'm like, no, it's not going to be hard. And I would just tell them, just do me a favor, just run a spike, just run through, get the data, see what kind of format, see if they have any formatting issues, anything that's coming raw out of their system, not manipulated, just as is, so you can assess what things you might have to have a discussion with on the other team. And that helps talk the communication to other organizations, other teams that you're collecting that data from. Anyway, those are the two items I'm going to talk about today. It is Sunday. People should be having fun. I'm taking the kids out, getting taken away from the kids for the wife for the day. We're going to go do a train show up in Oaks, PA. Maybe I'll talk about safe and trains and arts and things like that in another episode and get some video footage from that. But it's really important that we work hard, and we should enjoy the weekend with our families, right? And do some fun stuff. Whether you have family or not, go out and do something. It's Sunday. It's going to be a beautiful day here on the East Coast. Hope everybody's doing well. Tomorrow's Monday, so I hope we'll talk about Monday and doing the what fun thing did I do over the weekend? What's my next fun thing, and what's blocking me from having fun, right? Something every Monday. Do a gut check with your team and see if they're really decompressing on the weekends versus keep typing away and really think about it. Anyway, thank you all for subscribing. Please tell your friends. Please share. It is 7:26. We're a little bit later than normal, but take care, and you all have a great day. Eddie, do you want to say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
Thanks, Ed. See ya. Have a great Sunday.